Um, it's a long time I haven't made a video, and so this one is about why do you ever ask yourself the question why you do stuff? I believe that our beliefs and our thoughts create the reality and our experience in every moment. And so, what's really important is not necessarily just what you do, but the energy that you put into the stuff that you're doing, into the action. Because the emotions are almost more important than the action itself. And I've noticed that in my life. So, for every action that you're actually doing, you can ask yourself, what's the reason why I'm doing this? And is life or God or reality gonna reward me for for this action? So what you can start as your beliefs are creating your reality, what you can start to do is to be honest about why you're doing things and assume that life and reality already knows why you're doing things because your beliefs have an influence on it. You already know why you're doing things, even though you might lie about it to yourself. But you cannot really lie to reality because reality is a reflection of everything that you think and of all of your intentions and all of your beliefs. So really lying is actually not possible, and reality is gonna reflect your stance and your beliefs. So if you know that, for example, you're doing a certain thing because you want to make money because you're scared not to have money and to be homeless, then it's like reality knows about it because you know that and you feel that. So you might try to trick yourself and tell yourself, oh, it's because I love it. But deep down, you know it's not the truth. And it just has this consequence on the energy that you put in, and the results will depend on the primal intention and not the action itself. So basically, what you're trying to create is going to be pretty shitty because the energy that you're putting in is an energy of fear. You're trying to run away from your fears of being homeless or of not having enough money. So you can try to ask yourself about the energy that you put into the stuff, everything, every single action, a word you're talking, something that you're saying to someone. Why are you saying it? Are you saying it for validation, out of love, in order to just have fun? Or there can be also several reasons why you're doing it. It can be because a little bit because of fear, but also it's fun. So, for example, I really have to think about examples, but right now I don't have any. But I also ask myself, like right now, this video, why am I doing it? I've done a lot of videos for YouTube, and really, like the reason why I did them in the beginning was because so it was a mix of like wanting to share my journey with people, but also escaping my boring reality and finally doing something that seems to have a meaning. It was a little bit to help people, but also trying to find my passion, but like really hard in a needy way, and trying to build something that also would enable me to have money. So the reason why I used to make videos, and maybe the reason why I'm making this one right now, is that I think that this is going to bring me money in the future somehow because I'm gonna get better and all that stuff. But it's a mix. It's also because it's fun, because I fear it and I want to face my fears, and so it's this wild mix of different things. But you got to ask yourself, what's the main reason? Like, really, what's the main reason? And for me, like, really, I think it's I'm scared when I don't do YouTube videos for a long time because I feel like this is the only thing that makes sense for me or for my life. That's the only job I will do in the future. So it comes from fear. So the primal intention for this video for me, even though I don't really want that, is probably fear. It's fear-based. And so I think that's why the energy in this video is gonna be quite good. Like, I feel good, I wanna have fun, I'm honest. But also, maybe there's too much fear, and the result of, like, the consequence of this video, of my energy in this video, it's gonna just be to be a reflection of everything I'm feeling and I know inside. And it's good to be honest about that. It doesn't mean that you have to stop everything that you're doing, but at least you can try to ask yourself why you're doing things, and then to see the correlation with the real, true consequence of your actions. So why are you just like doing something really hard, you're pounding it, and it seems to bring like no results? It's because it's not just about like the actions, but it's about the emotions and the energy. And people who don't believe in that, and who don't believe that reality reflects your own energy, they tend to not know why things are working and why things aren't working. And when things are working, they're saying, well, it's luck. And when things aren't working, it's like, well, you gotta try harder or work harder. But there's no real like understanding of why. It's like, it's completely random. But what I think is the intention, the why, is super important. And when you ask yourself that question, you start to see every reason why you're doing things in your life. You're going to notice, okay, the main reason for me doing all these things is actually fear-based. And basically there are two, it comes down to like two main emotions. There's just like fear, or belief in lack, or distrust in the universe. You don't trust that things are gonna go like they have to go, and they're not gonna be in your own interest. Or love, trust, belief in abundance. So there's just like these two opposites, and if you ask the questions, if you think about it, and you try to get to the root of why you're doing an action, it's always going to be either one or the other, or a mix of these two. So it's going to be a mix of fear and love, or just like 90% fear or 90% love. You're going to do things for you or for others. No, mostly like when you do stuff for others, it's like, I don't know if it's correlated. I was thinking like maybe when we do stuff for others, it's out of love. And when we do stuff for ourselves, it's out of fear. But I think that's true, but I'm only talking about the energy. So it means you can help others for yourself, and you can take care of yourself for others. So it's super subtle. I'm not talking about the actions actually, because for one action, you can have like, you can do it for you or for other people, and it's gonna be the exact same action. So it's all about like the reason why you're doing it, the energy, and your beliefs basically. And if you try to see life like a dream, you're gonna see, okay, now I understand why most of what I'm doing actually doesn't work. It's because if you want to create like nice stuff, nice videos or whatever, nice music, I believe that you have to do it just from a place of belief in abundance, selflessness, love, and trust. I believe that everything we create is actually God expressing himself through us. I believe everything is God, and everything that's just like beautiful in our world is just a reflection of God. And humans are a reflection of God. And basically when we struggle in our lives, it's because we don't trust that we are a part of God, and that we can channel this awesome energy and create something good. And we try to manipulate the energy to escape our fears. And that's when we find ourselves depleted of energy. We're not creative, things don't work, we're not creating stuff that people like, we're not attractive to people. It's like, for example, when you're trying to please people, what you're trying to do is to manipulate their reaction because you fear that they're not gonna like you. And when you're like that, even though you act as if you don't care whether people like you or not, they all feel it, and they're gonna treat you in a way that's gonna trigger that fear, and that fear is gonna come up no matter like how hard you try to even hide it. It's because the reflection, life, knows all of your intentions, and there's no way you can lie about it. You cannot lie, doesn't actually exist for me. You can lie to people, but in the end they always know that you're lying to them. And well, you can try to, I don't even know, basically it's the same for me. Like right now I have no idea why I'm doing this video. Is the point really to help people? Is it only because it's like really some time that I haven't made one and I was scared and I was like, man, I have to do something with my life? Or is it out of pure fun? I think it's a mix for me. And I'd really like it, that one, to help people, because I know people in my life right now who are doing things and they're not doing it for the right reasons, and therefore it doesn't work. And I've noticed this in my own life so much. I've tried to make money and I've bought like personal development products in order to make money, and it's like it never worked, even a little bit. It didn't work at all, and I know why now. Now I know it's because I tried to escape my fears of not having money. If you wanna earn money through an activity, either like you go get a job, and I mean the system is already in place and there's already like income streams that exist if you do a certain work, or if you want to create your own job, you have to put so much positive energy in it that money is only gonna be like a byproduct of it. So basically you're not gonna do the work or the activity for the money because you're scared of being homeless and dying or whatever on the street, which is awesome. You're gonna do the activity out of pure fun and out of pure just like positive energy. And I believe that that's when we create beautiful things. That's when we create beautiful music, beautiful art, and maybe that's also when we get awesome ideas and information to share with people, and it actually helps them. It's because what we're letting through is we're letting stuff through without trying to manipulate it. So we're doing it out of trust in reality, in God, in all of existence. And so try to ask yourself, why are you doing stuff? And you're gonna see every time you ask why, and get to the root. Generally, when stuff doesn't work, it's because you're not doing it for the right reasons. And so what are you doing then? Try to do stuff out of fun, basically. And stop doing it because you're escaping fears. And there's no way, anyway, you're gonna like escape your fears. I believe that we have to face our fears, otherwise they're gonna just come back at us, and it's just not possible to escape them. So the only way you can really have a good life is by facing your fears and doing stuff out of fun. Basically, those are, I think, the two most important things that you can do. It's a combination of facing the fears and doing stuff only because you really, really want it. And that's like the main, how do you say, like, probably the main two things that I try to do in my life, the main two rules that I find really super important in life. Thanks for listening.